Hello everyone, EagleX here, EagleX ATX Gaming, and today I have a deck profile for everyone in the BT7 format, and this is going to be a new series called DigiFest Decks for the BT7 format. The reason I'm making this series is because DigiFest is allowing the use of mulligans in side decks. So I thought I would give my thoughts on how I would build these decks and what side deck cards I would use for Lilithloop. So let's go ahead and get into this. First things first, we have a brand new level 4 package. The last format we ran the promote package, but now we're running the Eyesmon scatter mode package. What this does is it enables you to have lots of draw power and discard power, which is great for filling trash. But then ultimately, Eyesmon is a card that can summon itself from the trash if you have scatter mode in the trash. So like I kind of have written out here, your ideal stack is to open up, and you only run 4 eggs in this deck. With a Demi-Meramon, you go into BT1 or BT2 is BT2 Gabumon, then Eyesmon scatter mode. If you attack with that stack on turn 2, you're going to have a bunch of draws. I listed out here. You're basically going to be drawing 6 and trashing 4, not counting the 2 draws for Evo. This helps you fill trash so you can get memory quicker. Your ideal discard targets are going to be the new Nidhoggmon. When you discard him, you gain a memory. And Eyesmon, when you discard him with scatter mode and trash, you get to summon him for free, which gives you level 4 bodies. And it just helps you get your synergy for Lilithloop in general. And this deck definitely transitioned from being a very late game control combo oriented deck to more of a mid-range, more aggro style play path now. So that being said, talk about some of the potential combos of this deck. So obviously opening up with the Eyesmon package is really great, and it can summon your Eyesmons. But with the Cerberus loop, it's something that we have to think about. How can we get more value out of it now? How can we put more pressure on our opponent? So a combo I really like to doing in playtesting is attacking with the scatter mode package, popping him. If I summon an Eyesmon and I have a Cerberusmon in hand, I'll go over the Eyesmon Cerberusmon and then slam a werewolf mode to pop the Cerberus stack, which could proc Analog Youth because you do have a source in the form of level 4 for Cerberusmon. You get an extra draw to trash 1, filling your trash by another 3 cards because you put the Eyesmon, the Cerberusmon, and the trash card in to your trash. So with that interaction, you'll get 3 more in there. Analog Youth could proc, give you a memory, hatch another egg so you can get your next Demi-Mera stack rolling along. And some key things to keep in mind is Rush is a mainline text of the Werewolf mode and the Promote cards. So if you go over an Eyesmon into a card with Rush, it does gain the ability to attack immediately. And then just, you have to be mindful of memory blockers. They slow down your deck. They don't stop Analog Youth from gaining a memory because they only stop memory gaining effects from non-tamer cards. But with that being said, let's move to our deck profile. So for my deck profile for BT7 DigiFest, if I were playing Lilithloop, it would look something very similar to this. As I was saying, Eyesmon package makes Lilithloop more aggressive. You get free level 4s, you can get really big tempo swings, and you're less reliant on looping Lilith in the late game to get your win con. And when you do go into Zwart with a win rate, one of your main call targets is going to be Cerberusmon or Promote. Promote so you can get a rush target with a Kinkaku underneath ideally, so you can pop rookies that may be memory blocking you. Getting a Cerberus so you can get an extra rush if you're holding a werewolf in hand. And then a card I didn't really talk about a lot that's brand new to the deck is Calling from the Darkness. It's a 1-cost option where you get a pop a body, and then you get to return 2 purple Digimon to your hand, which could be more Eyesmons, it could be more werewolf modes. And if you take a look here, that's the main run line of the deck. But if you look at the side deck here, I've actually side decked the entire Tidamon, or not entire Tidamon package, but a Tidamon top end with Rebellies. So first, why do I have these in the side deck? First, when you play into a tournament, one of the most commonly expected cards to be in the side deck are memory blockers. And Lilithloop can beat decks with the memory blockers. It's not impossible. But if your opponent overly techs for it, you can change to a package that doesn't even rely on gaining as much memory as you did previously with Lilithloop. Digimon is that great option to say, hey, I'm going to side deck to counter your side deck, which is countering my side deck, or countering my main deck. So it just gives you a playstyle. The win rate package works, and honestly, the Eyesmon package works super well with it still. The reason the level 5s are here, first of all, Lady Devi and Rebellionmon are great level 5s for the deck. Rebellionmon stops Red Hybrid and Jesmon from OTKing your deck, giving you a chance to breathe. Lady Devi gives you more draw and discard synergy, so if you're working with the Digimon package, it works better. It's also just another way to pop memory blockers if you find a way to sub that in. But from my deck build, if there's anything I feel like could be changed about it, I think Calling for Darkness could be swapped with another Deathclaw. Deathclaw is a great removal option to give you a way to deal with an opponent's memory blocker. But this is definitely a very strong contender for a deck I'm very much considering for DigiFest in Arlington. Does the Mulligan help this deck? It helps you find your Eyesmon pieces, but you have to be mindful. If you bot deck a scatter mode, it might be a bit until you see it, especially if you bot deck 2 to 3. Same thing with Zwarts. You only have 2 in the deck, so mulligan, putting those at the bottom of your deck in a mulligan is a lot more impactful in this type of format. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile for Lilithloop for DigiFest. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments if you think there's something I missed or you would run differently. That being said, take care, y'all.